Alright, so as of now, I'm going to try and give you somewhat of an instructional video regarding thumping on the bass. Not just double thumping with your thumb, but including both your pointer and your middle finger. At first, whenever I made an attempt to, dive into this realm, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. And that's good news for you, good news for me, good news for anyone who wants to pick up a bass and learn this technique. You just have to be willing to move into unfamiliar ground. So with that being said, starting, again, it's kind of rough, just like picking up the instrument for the first time. But you proceed by getting your thumb, of course, familiar with being treated like a pick. Relatively relaxed, still but firm. And as you get comfortable with the feeling and the consistency of the sound between the downstroke and the upstroke, you can start applying that to rhythms. If I were to play this without thumping, just the notes, of course. So that kind of gives you a picture of how you can apply it to songs that are, on the easier side, that you hopefully already know. Now, once the thumb starts becoming, comfortable with that movement, and you don't have to think about it as much, you can incorporate your pointer finger, and shortly your middle finger will be able to follow. What I mean by that, if I was going to play the same riff, not the same riff at all, let me do that again. It doesn't time out correctly with 3 notes, so I'll have to just bump it to 4. And once again, it sounds much more technical, but it doesn't require any more effort once you've developed the muscle memory that's associated with it. So back to developing triplets. This is what I'll call an exercise that I've been using to make my right hand more familiar with, skipping the different strings and whatnot, and just becoming more familiar with my instrument. My middle finger is on the 8th fret. I've got my bass tuned to C, G, C, F. So if you're using standard and you want the same tonality, just move it up 2 frets, or down depending on how you're perceiving it. And I'm kind of just leaving my pointer finger there so that it'll catch the string. I don't necessarily have to have some cognizant process of pulling up on it. But once again, you just continue and continue and continue until it's just normal. You don't always have to be slapping on it super hard. There's people that'll, tell you that you've got to go really hard down on the string and then back up. You can do it if you want, but I don't think it's always necessary. To get the feeling of it, have even kept my hand completely still, only been moving my thumb and pointer finger, and I'll demonstrate. So it shows that it doesn't require much effort physically, just placement and fluidity. With that being said, you can be a little more percussive with it whenever you're comfortable with it, but it's a process. It takes time. Once again, whenever I was beginning this process, I wasn't expecting to be able to do it. and it happened in a pretty short amount of time relative to what I was expecting. So back to the exercise. What I was playing, go through it 4 times and then back to that. That right there is 6, 5, 7. Catch it? Okay. Good. So hopefully after doing that for a fat amount of time, or a quick amount of time if you learn quickly, you'll be able to move on to 4. And it progresses, it moves forward. And other than that, you just gotta play with it. You gotta have fun. You have to want to do what you can't do. Yeah, good luck. There's a lot of fun to be had. You can start doing different groupings. If you want 3, 1, 2, 3. If you want 2, down, up. If you want 6, and you're comfortable with the 4, it doesn't require any extra effort. You just add a 2 in there real quick. So that's 6. If you want 7, takes a lot of practice. You can really get creative with it. Throw a 10 in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And at that point, it just opens up. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. So if you got any tips for me, sweet, tell me. I want to grow. If you have any more questions, tell me. I want to help. Thank you.